Assalamu alaikum friends, I'm Dr. Mahdi from waddan software channel. Welcome back to our SQLite Database course tutorials. In the last tutorial, we learned how to back up and restore SQLite Database, but we have some issues. The first issue here, every time when we restore the data, it will repeat the data again here, okay? And ID will be different. And the other issue is related to the images, because here in the device file explorer, here we have the images in the cache, and in the SD card we don't have the images. So if the user uninstalled the app, it will be impossible to restore the data again without the images here, okay? So what will we do? We'll solve the first problem. The first problem here, we can reset the data from the database. So here I'll create a new method, public void. I'll call it, for example, reset student data, okay? And here I'll give this privilege here, okay? And the db.execute SQL, and here delete from space and the table name, okay? So now here in the main activity, in the import data, here I'll call the method reset method. So here dot reset student data, okay? If we test the app for now, and if we click restore here, it restored the only data we have, but we have another problem here, because for example here the ID is 22, and if we restore again it will be 25, okay? So what can we do is to reset the sequence of the SQLite database. So here again in the student data helper, I'll add a new line. So here I'll add db.execute SQL and delete from SQLite sequence, okay, where name equals to apostrophe, okay, and here plus the table name and plus quotation mark and apostrophe, okay? So now if we test the app again, okay, here, and if we click restore, this ID should be 1 now, okay, and 2, and okay, and 3. So the first issue is solved. And now here to solve the second issue, so here in the device file explorer here, we need some steps. For example, the first step here in the export CSV, we need to copy these images here in the SD card, okay? Here we'll create another folder here for images. And the second step is here, when we restore the data here in the import, we need to delete the cache. After that we can copy the images again in the cache. So what can we do here? The first step here in the export, I need to copy the images in the SD card. So here inside the for loop, because I'll copy the images one by one. So here we need 3 variables. The first variable is the image name as a string, and the image location as a string, and the image destination as a string. So here from the data list we can get the image URI. So here I write string image URI equals to data list dot get the position is I in this case dot get image URI. So now we have the image URI as a string. To get the name, this name only, we need to convert this string into URI. So what can we do is to write URI image URI equals to URI dot parse image URI. Okay, so now we have the URI, and now we can get the image name, this name only, without the path. So I can write that string image name equals to image URI dot get last path segment. Okay, and we need the image location. The image location is here in the cache in the app, so we can write string image location equals to this dot get cache directory dot to string. Okay, the last thing, we need the image destination, and it will be here in the SD card here. Okay, so we can write here string image destination equals to environment dot get external storage directory plus double slash and plus a new folder for images. So here we write the folder name, okay, and we need to create a new folder for images. I'll call it images. Okay, and now we can create a new method to copy the images from the cache to the SD card. So I write copy images, okay, and I'll send the image location and the image name and the image destination to this method. Okay, and I'll create this method, and here we need to create the image destination. So here we need to create another folder here with the name of images. So here I write file, for example directory equals to new file and the image destination. Okay, and we'll check if the directory exists or not. So if directory is not exist, I'll create it directory dot make directory. Okay, and here we'll copy the images. Okay, and we'll write try and catch. So catch and exception e, and we'll get any message if found for exception. So in toast, so e dot get message. Okay, and here we write input stream, for example n equals to new file input stream, and we have the image location plus slash plus the image name. Okay, and the same here for the output. So output stream, for example out equals to new file output stream and the image destination this time plus slash plus image name, and we'll create byte array. I'll call it, for example, bytes equals to new byte. Okay, and here the value is 1024. Okay, and integer variable, for example len again. Okay, and we'll create while loop, and here len equals to n dot read the bytes. Okay, and this not equals to -1. Okay, so here the out dot write bytes and 0 and len. Okay, and we'll close the n dot close, and we write in the out, so out dot flush and out dot close. Okay, and we can create toast, and we write, for example, images, copy it to, and the image destination. Okay, and that is, we can test the app now. Now here in the device file explorer, I'll open it, and here I'll back up the data again. Okay, and we'll sync this folder. So we have a new folder here for images, and we have the 3 images here. Okay, so we finished the first step successfully. So now we have the images and the data in the SD card. So when we restore, we need to remove all these images in the cache, so we can delete the cache. After that, we can restore everything again in the application. So here in the import CSV, we can delete the cache from here, from the import CSV. So what can we do here? We need this location here in the cache. We write file, for example, cache directory equals to this dot get cache directory. Okay, and we'll create a new method for deleting the cache. Delete cache directory, and we'll send the cache directory. Okay, and we'll create this method here. So we write here if condition, if the cache directory not equals null, and the cache directory dot is directory. We have 2 cases here. Okay, and else here if it is file, so else, and again this. Okay, and if, but this time is file. Okay, and here this method must be boolean. Okay, if it is directory, so we need to add everything here in a list. So here I'll create a string array, for example, cache list. Okay, equals to cache directory dot list. Okay, and we'll create for loop for int I equals to 0 and I less than cache list. Okay, dot length, and I plus plus. So we'll delete everything one by one. Okay, and here we can write this method here, delete cache directory, and here new file, and the cache directory, and the cache list, and I. Okay, and we'll make this line boolean, for example res. Okay, so if condition res returns false, so we return false. Okay, and if not, here we return the cache directory dot delete, and if the cache directory is file, we repeat this here, we'll delete it, and here return false. Okay, that is, we can test it. Okay, and I'll open the device file explorer. Now if we restore the data, it will give error here, because the data will be deleted from the cache. For example, like this, we have error here, and here if we sync the data here in the app, we have this our package name, and the cache directory is gone. So now the last step is to copy again the images from the SD card to the cache here. So what can we do? Here again in the import file, as we did in the export here, we created the image name and image location and image destination, and we send them to the method copy images. So here again we reverse this process, but here we must consider the order of the process, because here, for example, I resetted the data and I deleted the cache, and after that I must copy the images here. After that I can get the images and convert them into byte. So here I'll copy the images again, so I'll get the image name from this image URI. So I must convert this to URI first. I have the URI here, so I can continue from here. Okay, write string image name equals to image URI dot get the last path segment. Okay, and we need the location. The location now is in the SD card here. Okay, here this location of the images. So here the image location is string image location equals to environment dot get external storage directory plus, okay, and we can close it, and we have here the folder name, this folder name, and the other folder is images. So we have the location now, and here the destination is to cache. So string image destination equals to this dot get cache directory to string. Okay, so we can send these values to the copy method, copy images method. So we can write copy images, and we have the image location and image name and the image destination. Okay, and we can test the app now. Okay, here. Okay, now we have nothing here in the database, and if we open the device file explorer and we go to the here in the data, in the package name, we don't have any cache, and when we restore the data, okay, it return it back, and here if we sync this folder, we have the cache again, and we have the images. And if we uninstall this application from the device, so we uninstalled the application here and we sync the data. So here data, we don't have any data from this application, but we have here in the SD card, we have the data here in the SD card, and here in the student backup we have the images, and we have the data in this CSV file. If we install the application again, so it is new one, and we restore the data, it will restore the data again successfully. So very good. So now we finished this tutorial and we finished the SQLite database course. I hope you found this tutorials helpful for you, and wait for me in the next tutorials and next courses. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and encourage us by giving like and share these tutorials to your friends.